Yo guys, what's going on? Savage here. I have a lot of stuff to say. First, thank you so much for 2,000 subscribers. I actually don't have too much to say. I kind of do. But yeah, thank you so much for 2K subs. That's crazy, guys. And also, let me see. Okay, my teeth look clean. Also, thank you for over 75 likes. I think at this point we have over 130 likes on my how to stop drag routes, and I said if we could break 75, I'll drop a whole entire money play scheme with like at least 10 plays. I'm gonna see how many I can fit into this. So yeah guys, pretty much I'm gonna be releasing right now. This is it right here, the Cincinnati Bengals welcome to the jungle savage scheme. It's a run heavy, it's a run first pass second offense. Has some really glitchy run plays, has some really good pass plays too. I'm gonna have a Google Docs in the description below explaining how to do the setups for each play. Some plays they don't have setups, there's just specific players you're gonna need on your team, whether it's ultimate team or if you're playing online, specific players you might want to substitute into your lineup. So yeah guys, I'm gonna have the Google Docs, and on the Google Docs it's gonna have the setups and little time frame of like when I'm doing that play in this video. So for example, if I'm doing like halfback stretch at like 2 minutes and 30 seconds, when you're reading on Google Docs at 2 minutes and 30 seconds he runs halfback stretch, just to show you what it looks like and stuff. But yeah guys, so that's just all I have to say. Thank you so much for 2K subs, but if we could get this to 100 likes, I'll be astonished, I'll be floored. I never asked for that many likes before, but we have been getting 100 likes a lot. So if we can do that, I'd really appreciate it, because it's going to take a lot of time to obviously sync everything up and stuff, because I'm going to be running a lot of different plays and stuff. But yeah guys, hope you guys enjoy. Get ready to find out how to be a savage like me. And yeah guys, I hope you can go out online and be great and get the job done. Thank you so much and enjoy. So if you listen, you probably clicked this one first. We're going to be in the I-Form Pro halfback stretch. This is normally the play that I run first on every drive. And let me just tell you now, I'm going to preference this by just saying, listen, we're going to probably get some glitchy block sheds because we're versed. I picked a really good team with a really good front seven just to prove to you how legit this scheme is, and it can work against anything. But just remember, when you're on Ultimate Team, you can build your team however you want to have the best run blocking, to have the best pass blocking, to have whatever you need to suit your team. So in this case, I chose a team with a pretty decent running back, a half-decent O-line, but we're going up against one of the best front sevens in the NFL. So yeah, guys, this is halfback stretch out of I-Form Pro. I'm going to show it to you a couple times just to show you what you're supposed to do. Follow your fullback. You should be able to get a clear lane right into the secondary. Obviously, the better the players that you're going to have at these positions, the more efficient the running is going to be. Yes, I mean, sure, you could probably do this with a really good budget squad too. Just when I say budget squad, I'm talking 1,000 coin gold players. Like, for like a good blocking tight end, you could get Delaney Walker. You could get Anquan Bolden at receiver 1. He has really good block shedding. You can get for fullback gold Justin Fowler, and you'll be able to do all this stuff. But as you can see, super consistent, super easy to get in the second level. This is usually what I'll run until my opponent shows me that he can stack the box, and then I go on to other passing formations, but that'll be later in the video. The next play that we're going to be doing is in the I-Form tight pair. We're going to be choosing Bengals Power G. Now, listen, right here, this is a concept run, obviously, to the right. It's actually a pulling guard right there. The right guard actually pulls outside of the two tight ends, and the fullback follows right behind him. This is for them really short yardage situations, but if you watch some of my gameplays, I actually can break this run to 60 yards with the way that I built my team on Ultimate Team. So as I keep saying, yes, I'm going to keep repeating that. Build your team how you want it to build around this scheme. I suggest run blocking, power run chemistry, really efficient. But here we go. I'm going to show you what these are for them hard-earned yards. We're getting right up the gut for about 4 yards. You could do this every single play until your opponent even starts to stack the box. It's still going to be consistent. You just got to find your hole that you want to go through. Either cut to the outside or cut to the inside, whatever your offensive line can give you. And right here, we're getting that glitchy block shed right there. Jay Howard pulled off the center, unfortunately. We're going to try it one more time now. Up the gut. Yup, there it is. Up the gut. It worked that time perfectly. That's how you run this play. There's no adjustments. Just remember, decent run blocking. You want your tight ends to have decent run blocking. Maybe get a quicker right guard if you want the pull to come around quicker, if you're a guy that likes to bounce it to the outside more. Gabe Jackson's not the fastest of dudes, so he can't get to the outside. But if you need 2 yards to 5 yards to 6 yards, and sometimes you can break it out for even more than that, this is your play. This is the play that you want to run for them short yardage situations, because you can get up the gut for about 5 yards a touch, which is really, really good and really consistent for Ultimate Team and competitive play in general. Of course, these block sheds are going to keep happening. That's Justin Houston on a really low overall tight end with absolutely close to 0 run blocking. But hey, it's working. We're still getting the 5 yards that we want. And as long as I can do it with the worst team, I'm sure you guys can do it with a better team. Going to run it one more time just to show you that, look, we're bouncing into the outside, picking up about 7. That's all I want to see out of this play. Now on to another play. Now we're in the gun ace twins offset. This is where the passing starts to mix in with some of the running. You want to call Bengal sail because you can actually audible to inside zone with Bengal sail. So pretty much what you're going to want to do is, if you're going to pass the ball, you want a drag square or drag triangle or Y if you're on Xbox One. So when you're done dragging him, look at that. He's wide open there. You're picking up about 4 or 5 yards, something like that, something really consistent. You'll have that every single time, depending on how low in the flats that they want to play it. Look how low that safety just came. I'm going to dot up that post route every time. Another route that's usually going to get open, say for whatever reason they're playing a little bit higher on there, I'm not going to throw it to X this time. I see square coming across. Once the zone stops following square, I can dot them up for about 9 yards. Now let's say they keep coming out in this stock coverage and stuff and you don't feel like comfortable passing. Let's say it's now 3rd and 2 after you just dotted them up and they think you're going to pass it again. They start using the drag route. Then out of nowhere, you hit them with an audible, switch it up to inside zone, pick up a hard 2 yards, maybe more depending on your running back, depending on your O-line, depending on your receivers, because all you're going to need is that half-decent run blocking, and you can take this run to the outside. Obviously, right there, Amari Cooper, he's not really known for his run blocking, but we're going to try it again to take it to the outside just to prove to you guys that, yes, this can bounce out to the outside and you can go up the gut with it. But as you can see, it's a very consistent run. It destroys, obviously, the mentality of your opponent, because now they're not going to know, oh my God, is he going to come out and throw this drag route underneath and am I going to have to cover that? Or is he going to come out and run it for the short yards? Your opponent's going to be confused, and that's a great way to get in your opponent's head and make them have to really think about what they want to do on defense in those short yardage situations. Those are 2 plays that are really fire. On to another formation now as we hop into Gun Bunch Week. All right, here we are in Gun Bunch Week. We're going to be working with verticals real quick, and I'm going to show you several ways you can run this. First way you can run it, you always want to block triangle. I always block triangle just in case you're playing blitzers. Another thing that you want to do is, if you want them short yards, just put R1 on a drag and watch R1. He's going to get open right there. He can rack it. He'll get them short 4 to 5 yards right there that you need on short yardage situations. Now let's say you want to kind of go for the kill shot. Streak R1, roll out to the right just a little bit. As soon as that tight end or as soon as the middle linebacker breaks away with the tight end, you can rewind that to go watch that again yourself. You just got to throw it up to X. It's all about timing. And the last thing that I really like to do is, after I'm done setting it up like this, let's just say you need 5 yards. This is a glitch right here. I'm going to motion Amari Cooper out. As soon as he gets about 3 or 4 yards out, before he even sets his feet, I'm going to hike the ball and throw it to him and just watch the magic happen. That's about 3 to 4 yards, and bang, that's a dot right there. It's actually a play behind the line of scrimmage. There's no zone that can cover that. Even a hard flat cannot cover that. On the outside, I'm going to show you that one more time right there. The only zone that can cover that is if your opponent's using it, and if your opponent's using that all the way down there, that most likely you're going to have a wide open drag route still, because they're really going to be tempted to use that drag route. But if you're sending him out on motion and he starts using that motion player, just dig him in the drag routes, make him pay for leaving that drag route wide open, and keep getting 5 to like 10 yards after your rack catch every single time you run that play. Now let's hop into Z-spot in this formation. I'll be right back in a second. Alright guys, Gun Bunch Week Z-spot. This is going to be a flood concept to the right. You're just going to want to streak circle, and you're just going to want to see how they play the right side of the field. You also could drag square as a nice little check down. So right here, for example, they're playing higher, so I'm going to dot up the flats right there and just throw it to my tight end. Obviously, it was a bad ball from Derek Carr, so he threw it a little bit over his head. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the person that was originally in a high flat in a low flat and show you what happens after I'm done making my adjustments by blocking my running back, dragging square, and putting circle on the seam flooding streak. Now watch what happens is X is going to get wide open right there for the dot. That's pretty much the setup for this play. It's a very, very simple play. It's good for just confusing your opponent with zones and stuff. And of course, you're always going to have the check down underneath with the square and the nice little drag route right there for about 5 yards. So guys, gonna hop into another play out of Gun Bunch Week. This is the main passing formation, by the way. So if you guys are like, wow, you really like this formation, it's because it has the best passing plays, in my opinion, with the best route combinations for this run-heavy scheme. All right, so our next play in the ebook is going to be mesh post. Mesh post is one of my favorite plays. This is one of those sneaky little glitch plays that you don't want to always run because you want to catch your opponent sleeping. It's like if it's like 3rd and 18 and you need 18 yards. Watch how good this play is. All you're going to do is streak X. You're going to block your running back. And now your main reads right here is going to be circle. He's going to be the guy that's going to pick up all those yards back that you need. You have 2 checkdowns. It's a high drag from square, and R1's going to be in the flats. You hike the ball. You roll out just a little bit, and there it is. That's a dot right there. Amari Cooper picking it up. I'm going to run that one more time just to show you because, as you can see, since that's actually considered a high flat, that hook zone in the middle of the field, I think that's whoever just hopped right there. He's going to actually bite down on the drag route. I'm going to show you it right here. He bites on the drag route. Dot. That's actually number 90, Josh Maga. He's a fool for that because that's 2 dots in a row right there. Time to show you the run play in this formation that you can audible to. All right, guys, so let's say you're just coming out in verticals, but it seems like your opponent's going to be in that stock cover 3, stock cover 4. Let's just say you're like, all right, I'm going to test them. It's just halfback base. It's the audible run play. You can call this. You can call this in the playbook, but I never really call it unless I notice stock coverage, so I'll just audible to it if I'm not feeling too comfortable passing the ball. It's just like inside zone. You just got to pick your hole, and bang, you're getting up that gut for about 10 yards at a time. Obviously, it depends if there's going to be a glitchy block shed and how good your players with run blocking is, but for the most part, this is one of my favorite run plays, and it's like the best run play out of this formation because look at that. We're even getting good blocks out of Amari Cooper right there. As you can see, it's a very, very great run. It's a very good way to mix your opponent up because they're probably going to be thinking you're going trigger happy with the pass rate in this formation. But hey, if you can switch it up with a nice little halfback base, I'm sure that'll throw their game plan off completely on defense.